May 27, 2023, and this video is called Soy, Atrazine, and Gender Dysphoria. Now, I've thought about this a couple times, and I think it's just that our modern world, our foods are just so unnatural that they're literally changing human behavior, human physiology, and everything about humans. And the reason why I say that is this gender dysphoria. It's a term for a deep sense of unease and distress that may occur when your biological sex does not match your gender, where you have guys that feel like they're women, and I could see how that could mess with your head. But I think it's either this is just the tip of the iceberg with how our food is changing us in this new world. And I'm only going through two of them because I think these are the two that I thought about: soy and atrazine. Now, let me first cover atrazine because I think this is pretty interesting. So now the amount of atrazine, it says atrazine applications for corn, it's a maximum of 2.5 pounds of active ingredient per acre. Okay. Now this is a ton of atrazine. Now it says that atrazine is one of the most commonly used herbicides in the United States. Approximately 80 million pounds are used across the country each year. Now, it's a common contaminant of ground, surface, and drinking water. Now, this atrazine in this study here, they're talking about the demasculization and feminization of male gonads by atrazine, consistent effects across vertebrate classes. Now, it's the most commonly detected pesticide contaminant of groundwater, right? Surface water, and look at precipitation. So it's actually coming down in the rain. Atrazine is an endocrine disruptor that, among other effects, alters male reproductive tissues when animals are exposed during development. Atrazine demasculization male gonads producing testicular lesions associated with reduced germ cell numbers in fish, amphibians, reptiles, and mammals, and induces partial and or complete feminization in fish, amphibians, and reptiles. Now, have they ever tested it for mammals? I mean, this is what I think. When you got this contaminant within the water supply and we're drinking it, you don't think that this is going to affect us at all? 80 million pounds a year is being put down into the ground. 80 million pounds. Now, the other one is soy. Babies fed soy-based formula have changes in reproductive system tissues. Infants who consumed soy-based formula as newborns had differences in some reproductive system cells and tissues compared to those who used cow milk formula or were breastfed, according to the study. Now, who actually breastfeeds anymore? They're using soy formula. What is the disadvantage of soy formula? Soy infant formula, which is fed to over 500,000 infants per year, contains isoflavins such as genistein, which has been shown to be estrogenic at high concentrations. The developing testes is sensitive to estrogens, raising concern that the use of soy formulas may result in male reproductive toxicity. Now, the main reproductive hormones, estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone, are instrumental in sexuality and fertility. They are responsible for pregnancy, puberty, menstruation, menopause, sex drive, sperm production, and more. These hormones are produced in the ovaries in females and testes in males. Just 7% of the soy used directly for human food products, such as soy milk, tofu, edamame, and tempeh, right? So 77% of it, more than 3/4 of it, is actually, the global soy is actually fed to the livestock for meat and dairy production. Can drinking soy milk increase estrogen? Now, soy is unique in that it contains a high concentration of isoflavones. It's a type of plant estrogen called a phytoestrogen. It's similar in function to human estrogen, but with a much weaker effect. Just remember that it's similar in function to human estrogen. Soy isoflavones can bind to estrogen receptors in the body and cause either weak estrogenic or anti-estrogenic activity. Can you get estrogen from milk? The answer is yes. Milk comes from animals and it contains hormones, including estrogen. According to this expert, explained that estrogen is a steroid hormone that is found in higher concentrations in higher fat dairy products. So between the estrogen and this atrazine, the consumption of it is all over our human consumption of all these, either estrogen through the milk and all the products, or the contamination of the atrazine that's literally coming down in the rain, it's saying. Now, you really don't think that this is changing how people feel? I mean, these hormones, you can't fool once they're inside you. You just react to them. So is it possible that this atrazine and soy, the estrogen, it's causing this gender dysphoria where people are just confused now that they're born one gender and they just feel like they're another?